by-elections for 3 seats at the House of Representatives slated for the 23rd of April, the silent period imposed by the Election Commission comes into effect from midnight tonight. The political parties and candidates remain busy even on the last day for campaigns earlier today. Good evening, I'm Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Prime Minister and senior political leaders themselves violate the election code of conduct during campaigns, make assurances including ministerial appointment and ambitious projects. Election Commission fails to take actions. Massive irregularities go unchecked in development projects. 2 killed during a Bailey Bridge collapse over the Very River. Experts cite inadequate monitoring. Government decides to extend the deadline of the fast track by 2 years. Stagnant 10 billion rupees in budget reappropriated. The malpractice on an increasing trend. And 3-star club edge past Himalayan Sherpa 1-0 in the A Division League. Saddobato Youth Club stunned by Church boys. Promotion campaigns for the by-election of Bara, Chitwan and Tanahu slated for Sunday end from midnight tonight. On the last day of promotion campaigns today, Prime Minister and senior leaders violated the election code of conduct by making appeal for votes. Prime Minister and CPN Centre Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal addressed the election assemblies held in Bara Electoral Constituency 2 and Chitwan Electoral Constituency 2 today. Ignoring the limitations of his designation, Prime Minister Dahal violated the election code of conduct to appeal for votes for the candidates of the ruling coalition. Addressing the assembly held in Variapur of Mahagadimai municipality in Bara, Prime Minister Dahal announced of laying the foundation of Nisgat International Airport at the earliest and also assured of endorsing the citizenship bill at the earliest. As provisioned by the election code of conduct, a Prime Minister cannot participate in election assemblies to persuade the voters. Addressing a similar assembly at Tanahu Electoral Constituency 1 yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal said that he would appoint Govinda Vatrai as a minister if he was elected to the House of Representatives. In addition to Prime Minister Dahal, senior leaders of other parties have also addressed the election assemblies and made assurances to the voters. Nepali Congress President Sherbal Dewa assured of solving local issues if the candidates of the ruling coalition won in the by-elections. Main opposition CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli also reached Bara on the last day of campaigning. He criticized the ruling coalition and made highly ambitious assurances as well. Despite the Prime Minister and senior political leaders violating the election code of conduct, the Election Commission has yet to take any action. Based on the provisions, violation of code of conduct may lead to scrapping of the candidacies. However, the Apex Election Authority has not paid any attention in this regard. A total of 13 grievances have been filed regarding the violation of code of conduct in Bara, Chitwan and Tanahu. Of the 130 grievances filed during the November 20 elections, actions were taken in only 17 incidents. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Poll.
Before we ask today's question, let us take a look at the result from yesterday's poll. Yesterday we had asked, what is your take on the party's nature to focus on power share while the parliament remains without business? 21% were for A, lack of trust in procedures, 70% were for B, same old trend, and 9% were for C, seeking consensus. And here is our today's question. Why have the senior leaders failed to abide by the election code of conduct? Your options are A, abuse of power, B, lack of accountability, and C, helpless commission. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, 2 persons were killed while 7 others were injured after an under-construction Bailey Bridge over the Very River collapsed. 2 workers who were working on the under-construction bridge connecting Tallubagar of Jajarkot to Asbiskot of Rukum West under the Jajarkot Dolpa Road section had died during the incident. 3 others seriously injured in the bridge collapse have been taken to Nepalganj for additional treatment in a chopper. Meanwhile, others are undergoing treatment at the local health institutions. Based on the preliminary assessment, the bridge might have collapsed after a crane was placed on the Bailey Bridge. The contract of the construction of the bridge was assigned to Himsikar Khadka Krishna JV on the 31st of December 2021 at 38.5 million rupees. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. The government has decided to extend the deadline for Tarai Madi's fast-track project until the mid of April 2027. The Tarai-Madhes fast-track project had commenced in the year 2018. The construction works of the fast track, which is connected to the proposed Nisgad International Airport, had been assigned to Nepal Army. The deadline has been extended until 2027 amid failure to complete the construction works because of administrative hassles and selection of contractors. The investment for Tarai-Madhes fast-track project was projected to be 213 billion rupees. With 34 billion rupees already spent, the progress of physical construction has been limited to only 21%. The cabinet has extended the deadline by 2 years amid failure to complete the construction works within the given deadline. The government had a target to begin the project in 2008 and complete it by 2025. In another context, the government spokesperson and Minister for Communication and Information Technology, Rekha Sharma, said that the official date for Prime Minister Pushpa Dahal's visit to neighboring India has not been finalized yet. Minister Sharma added that discussions are underway regarding the agendas for the Prime Minister's visit to the southern neighbors. Now, despite the lapse of 9 months of the ongoing fiscal year, only 28% of the development expenditure has been spent by the government. While the failure in spending the budget, the trend of reappropriating budget from one project to another on the basis of power and access has also intensified. The government had allocated 30 billion 10 million rupees for the much touted Tarai-Madhes fast track. With the budget allocated for the project being undertaken by Nepal Army unlikely to be spent, 10 billion rupees has been reappropriated towards connecting highways. Meanwhile, the 2 billion 910 million rupees allocated for the Pushpalal Medheli Highway has been reappropriated for Madan Vandari Highway. So far, more than 12 billion rupees of projects under the Ministry of Physical Infrastructures have been proposed for reappropriation. In addition to large projects, mid-sized projects with multi-year contracts have a similar tale. Of the 4 billion 640 million rupees allocated for the Kakarvitta Inarua Pathlaiya Narayangarh section for the ongoing fiscal year, only 2.4 million rupees has been spent so far. Of the 1 billion 220 million rupees of the program to upgrade the highways connecting to province capitals, only 22.3 million has been spent. Instead of ensuring efficiency of such projects, officials, political leaders and ministers have been reappropriating budget to the projects of their areas and electoral constituencies. In addition to this being a malpractice, the trend has also increased inequality in development across the country. Meanwhile, citing inadequate funds in the state coffers, the Ministry of Finance has already corresponded with other ministries to return the budget of projects failing to make any progress. In our public voice segment, today we have asked in several provinces how they evaluate the operation of the provincial governments. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
जनताले अपेक्षा गर्ने अनुसार त केही काम भएको जस्तो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्दैन
विकासको अनुभूति दिने खाले काम नीति चाहिँ ल्याउनु पर्यो प्रदेश सरकारले
भागभण्डातिर आफ्नो व्यस्ततातिर मात्रै देखिन्छ बाहिर यताउति गरेको केही देखिदैन
कसरी भागभण्डा लगाउने कसरी पैसा चाहिँ राजनीति बाँडफाँड गरेर खाने भन्ने जस्तो कुरा मात्रै भइरहेको जस्तो लागिरहेछ
एकदम एक्सलेन्ट भइरहेछ भन्ने स्थिति त छैन तर घस्रेर अथवा लड्दै पड्दै भन्छौं हामी त्यसरी चाहिँ चलिरहेकै छ
खेलकुद क्षेत्रमा उहाँले एउटा एन्डसम्म बनाउन सक्नु भएन
यो खर्च मात्र बढाउने चाहिँ एउटा बाटो हो एउटा त
It was the Mata Tirtha Onsi today. As per Hindu traditions, the festival is celebrated on the new moon of Nepalese month of Baisakh as per the lunar calendar. Children offered their mothers delicacies and gifts as an appreciation, love and honor today. Those who have lost their mothers visited pilgrimage sites like Mata Tirtha Pond to remember their deceased mothers. We have more news coming up, but right now it is time for yet another short break.
Sports news.
Church Boys United have ended their winless run at that in fact extended for 6 matches with a 2-1 win over Saddabato Youth Club at the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League today. In the match played at the Dashrath Stadium, Church Boys found an early lead as Asis Chongari found the back of the net in the 7th minute. However, Neeraj Chongari put Saddabato on level terms in the 34th minute as he headed in a corner served by William Opuku. Church Boys then reinstated their lead in the first minute of the second half as Milan Rai converted a cross provided by Sushil Shah, which ensured their win and 3 points. Malaysia have thrashed Saudi Arabia by 8 wickets at the ACC Men's Premier Cup. In the match played at the Mulpani ground, Saudi Arabia were put to bat where they were bowled out for 153 runs in 46.2 overs. Hasif Ghafoor top score for Saudi Arabia with 40 runs. Abdul Wahid scored 36. Skipper Hissam Sheikh made 21, while Atif ur Rahman remained unbeaten at 18. None of the other batters scored in double digits. Khizar Hayat was the pick of the Malaysian bowlers with 3 wickets. Mohammad Wafiq, Rizwan Haidar and Anwar Rahman picked 2 wickets each, while Virendeep Singh had 1 scalp. In reply, Malaysia chased the target in 21.2 overs. Up next is the weather update. So that is all for the moment. Up next is the news in Nepali. Thank you for staying with us. Goodbye for now.